So my start in motocross came about from just watching my dad. He rode before I was even born, since he was a teenager. And he told me if I could ride a bicycle without training wheels, then he'd get me a dirt bike. And sure enough, after I told him to take my training wheels off, then he ended up having to buy me a dirt bike after that. When I started taking things more serious was when I got on 85s. I used to play baseball as well, and so I quit playing baseball and then focused all my time on motocross because we wanted to try and make it a career and make it to Loretta Lynn's, which is the biggest amateur national. So with getting top 10 my last year at Loretta's, I was able to get my Supercross license, which opened the doors into the racing you see on TV and football stadiums and stuff like that. All throughout my career, I didn't have that many injuries compared to other riders. I've seen other riders, they'll get injured once every year at least, just plagued with injuries. My whole 16 years of racing, I think I had maybe 5. Probably the biggest one I had before my back was my knee. I blew my ACL out when I was, I think that was May of 14, I believe. So I had to get surgery and everything on it, and then I was riding back in September. And I did one race just to kind of see where I was at, a local race, and it was a practice track. I was getting ready for the Dallas Supercross at the Cowboy Stadium that they have, and ended up coming up short on jump and went over the bars of the bike, and the bike followed me on over and hit me right in the back, and that's what actually broke my back. All in one crash, I broke my back, 3 ribs, and my collarbone. It's kind of like the racer in me for dirt bikes had died that day. I pretty much accepted it right when it happened that those days were gone. So mentally, for the most part, I did pretty good, but there were still those dark days that if you were sitting there with nothing else to do but think, you have all the what ifs come up on you. And those are the days that would get me kind of down, but then something good would happen, or I'd be able to do something that would take my mind off of it. So I think it was about 3 months or so after my accident. It might have even been a little sooner than that. We had some buddies that he actually went and bought a sport mod, and he told my dad, he said, "Hey, I want y'all, y'all need to come out and check it out." And we'd never known the track was there, and there used to be a dirt bike track 5 minutes from there. And so we went and checked it out, and we were watching, and I was watching, and my dad could tell I was already thinking in my mind. And we got home that night, I was like, "Dad, I think we could make one of those where I could drive it." And somehow we ended up finding the car I'm driving right now. It's a 07 Larson chassis. So we actually moved the pedals from up high to just the one brake pedal on a floor-mounted brake assembly, and we routed pretty much just a pole sticking up from the floorboard pretty much, and it's got a lever on it, which it's a clutch lever from my dirt bike, and so it's my gas that's on a lever that's connected to the brake pedal. So I can actually use the gas and the brake all at once. And, I think we, all in 1 month, pretty much built it and had it race ready. I would never guess it, but I actually enjoy racing the car more than I ever did, racing my dirt bike. The last few years I did. And when I got hurt on dirt bike, I knew I still wanted to race something. I just didn't know what it was until we went and watched that one time, and I just kind of fell in love with it right then. My heart now is with dirt track racing. I always still have hope that, one day I'll walk again. I just don't know when, but I'm not going to wait for it to happen. You can't wait your whole life for that to happen. You got to continue living, find out what makes you happy, and just go after it.